All right. Oh, that one just popped out all by itself. The star. All right, Scorpio. Can't go wrong with the star. Hope, inspiration, self-awareness, self-esteem, self-worth, building up to something amazing. The one and only, the star. I feel like, though, Scorpio, that's you. I feel like the star is representative of you right now, and probably in the past few weeks, past maybe even a month or two, this is you developing yourself as a shining star. You have needed to maybe take a break. Whatever this is that's going on with your ex, we'll get to that in a minute when we go through the rest of the spread. But the star right now is literally beaming out at me saying, you needed to be the center of attention. You needed to be your own shine. Like, you've been dusty and dormant, and towards the end of this relationship, I feel like your light went out, and you're just trying to regain that light right now. You're trying to regain your self-esteem, your self-worth. You're trying to inspire yourself, in turn inspire other people. I just feel this overwhelming warmth inside of me saying, you know, I needed a break. We needed a break. We couldn't do this anymore. We love each other. We care about each other. The connection is still there, but god dang, we needed a break. That's all that keeps coming into my mind. The next card you have, is the Five of Cups, which is loss. It can be grief. It can be loneliness. And so I feel like that's what you've been battling with. Like, you're lonely without this person. You love them. You still have a connection. And I feel like the connection is mutual. I don't feel like it's gone anywhere for them either. But it's like you're sad without them, but it's almost like you were more sad with them, because it's like a solitude. The Five of Cups is needing solitude. The Five of Cups is needing to be able to grieve. I feel like some of you are at this edge of this knowing that this relationship may not ever come to fruition in a way that you guys could sustain it mentally, stably, emotionally, physically, because it affects you physically when things go wrong. It's almost like there's such a strong connection. When things are good, they're so good with it. When things are bad, they're so bad. And you would rather be in solitude, and you would rather grieve over this than actually be with this person at the moment, just because it's almost more painful to be with them, even though you long for them. It's like this catch-22, this vicious cycle, right? The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month, and you have the Moon, which is Pisces cards. You could be dealing with good old Pisces. The Moon card, I hate to say this, and I'm not dogging Pisces. Oh, by the way, this is Aquarius's card. You could be dealing with an Aquarius as well. But the Moon card, and I'm not dogging Pisces, like I said, but the Moon is shady. And this is how you're feeling coming into the month. I feel like you don't know what's coming next, and you don't know which direction to go, so there's confusion. Every time I read this card, I always use the same example, which is there's a giant something in the middle of a path in front of you, and the only thing you see is that sliver of a moon. The only light you have is that sliver of the moon. And you don't know if that's a giant bear that can eat your feet up there, or if that's a giant boulder and you can just walk around it. So the biggest thing going on, Scorpio, right now in your reconciliation is you don't know what the fuck. Like, I'm sorry to drop that bomb, but it just feels like you're like, if I go in this direction of us trying to get back together, will my light go out again? Or can we actually get around that boulder and make things happen? And it's almost like the unknown is killing you more than if you guys just cut it off and said, forget it, we can't do this, or let's jump back in and make it happen. The next card you have is your distant past, over the past 5-10 years. Could be throughout childhood. However, I'm feeling like this is very recent, or this is over the past few years. I feel like you have the Tower card here, which is destruction, it's dissolution, it's betrayal. And so the Tower card, I definitely feel like, is playing into this. For some of you, this is a long time coming. This is ups and downs. You've had these Tower moments before. But why do I feel, Scorpio, that you're at the point now where you're like, I'd rather be in solitude than listen to anything else you have to say? Because I don't know if you even know what the hell you're talking about. Like, I don't know that you know what you want. We're like both at a standstill. Neither one, and you're not sure how much more energy you can put into it, because you still have to preserve yourself. You still have to take care of you. You can't be in a successful relationship if you're not taking care of you. If your light is burnt out and you are depressed, or you are in anxiety mode, or you are feeling a connection, but it's like you're connected but you can't come together. It's ironic, right? So the Tower moment for me here in the past position tells me, like, this is almost a warning. It feels like to me, like the universe is saying, hey, how many more of these Tower moments can you have until you just burn out? And I'm not talking about crazy stuff. I'm just talking about you, like, how many more moments can you go through this before it turns into resentment, before it turns into hate, before it turns into, I can't ever talk to your face again, right? And so the universe is saying, how many tower moments have you had with this person? How many collapses? How many failed attempts? Where's the cutoff here? The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past 2 weeks, past month or two. That's interesting. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So, Scorpio, what are you not telling me? Why did I feel like there was a secret coming out here somewhere? Who's been talking to you, or who's been eyeing you? Somebody like you? Does somebody fancy you? Because Scorpio, this is the card of potential, opportunity, having a plethora of different venues to go. So what are you stuck on? You're stuck. Well, I know what you're stuck on. We all get stuck on that. Everybody's been through this. It's not like, yeah. But the Ace of Pentacles is saying, hey, there's a new opportunity out there. Hey, cross watchers, I know, but you might want to, heed that advice, even though I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. I feel like Scorpio, you're not seeing it, or you're not engaging in it, or you're just kind of turning a blind eye. But I feel like if you were to go in a different direction, if you were to cut this off, if you were to decide that this was your last tower moment, I feel like there's opportunity waiting right outside your door. One door closes, another one opens, right? And I feel like the Ace of Pentacles is saying, maybe the past couple of weeks you've started seeing it. Maybe the past couple of weeks somebody's been nice to you, somebody's been talking to you, somebody thinks you're attractive. Maybe somebody's even been brazen enough to come out and say, hey, I like you, I'd like to take you out on a date. I feel like you're ignoring it, or I feel like you're moving very slowly, but I feel like there's some opportunity here, Scorpio. Ooh, I don't know. I feel like this, like, really weird. Maybe it's because it was Valentine's. They finally had, like, the gutsy to come out and say, hey, I think you're fine. Like, I don't know. But I definitely feel like there's an admirer here, Scorpio, but your head is in a different space. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, and you have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is about sacrifice. It's about wisdom. It's about self-awareness. So again, I feel like you're at this precipice of making a decision. Is this the final cut? Am I the director, and is this the final cut? Because lately I'm feeling better now, more than I have so in a long time. So am I at the point where I can cut this off? And the Hangman is like, you're not going to, this is about sacrifice. And I feel like you will only sacrifice yourself under the right situation, and not sacrifice yourself completely, but like, right now it feels like you're very tight-lipped. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I am not doing another thing for you. Don't ask me for another thing, because I am not here to placate you. I am not here to just, help you along. This is about me too. And I've sacrificed too much of my time, too much of my attention, too much of my life to you. So I'm only willing to sacrifice so much to make this relationship work. And I think that's what it comes down to. When you guys communicate, some of you are in communication, but I feel like the majority of you aren't. When you guys communicate, I think you'll be very brazen about this, that you are not going to put that much time and attention. You only have that much string left before it breaks and the tie cuts completely. The next card you have is your immediate future, so throughout the month of March, and you have the Knight of Cups. Makes sense. So this is kind of like writing your own story. This is a whimsy. This is fanciful. So I feel like somebody is either around you or going to be coming in that is going to make you feel this way. I don't know that you're going to jump on it. I don't know that you're going to be like, woo, hey baby. I think this is more of an opportunity or something coming through this month that is showing you that there's more to life than this situation, that there is more to life if you move on or if you don't move on. Because again, I feel you're stuck. This energy is very stuck, very unknowing. You don't know what the future holds. So you're kind of like standing still in solitude, which is fine. That's what some people need to get over it. A lot of people need that grieving stage. But something's going to kind of bring you out this month. Something's going to bring you out of the shell and say, of the scorpion shell, and say, hey, I'm deserving. Hey, I feel like somebody's going to romance you, or somebody's going to flirt with you. It may just be at the grocery store and you're like, whoa, I'm alive. My light is not completely burnt out. The next card you have is something you're going to experience throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end. Let's hope it lasts for 20 seconds. You have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, ouch, okay? This is tragedy. It's illness. It's, it can be, endings, big endings. I'm not going to lie, Scorpio. I think that this is an ending. I think you are at the precipice of an ending because I think your light almost went out, and I can't stop repeating that enough. You got to protect you. Got to protect that light, Scorpio. You deserve it. You're worth it. This right here is an ending. Again, it's tragic. It's a loss. Some of you may be dealing with somebody who has an illness, and God rest their soul. But for majority of you, I think this is an ending. I think this is a finalized ending of whatever's been going on. These tower moments, you can't take it. It's exhausting. It's exhausting just looking at this card, because I feel some of you just sitting there going, you have no idea how exhausting it is. Dark Dove. All right, the next card you have is how you're going to feel throughout the month. And these tie in very well. I think you're going to be pulled to a point of exhaustion, to where an ending is the only thing you can see in sight. You can't do the tower moments anymore, because you're the Five of Wands here. The Five of Wands is chaos, it's priorities, and it's very similar to like a defense type situation. So I feel like you're going to be pulled in this chaos. This person is still dramatic. This person, even if you do start talking, you're going to realize you've sacrificed so much of yourself already. You're going to realize your self-worth is just, there's so much more of you to give, and you just don't think you can give any more to this person. This is also a competition card, and I feel like you will feel a little like competed over. I know that sounds weird, but like your ex is going to be like all of a sudden sniffing around more because other people are paying attention to you and what you deserve. The next card is your hopes and fears for the outcome. Yeah, Scorpio, I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, and it's not for everybody, but the Six of Swords is abandonment, it's retreat, it's could be traveling, but your hopes or fears are, the fear is you're going to have to abandon the situation. You're going to have to mayday, retreat, move on, and check yourself with somebody else, because this whole row so far, hopefully the outcome is really good, is just saying, how much more, Scorpio, can you take? I mean, do you really want this? I mean, yes, it's going to be tragic, it's going to hurt, but man, if you're willing to be alone and in solitude, and you feel more comfortable there because at least you're not burning out, then that tells you a lot about how it's almost like soul sucking. And it's not this person, it's just not the time. It feels like the divine timing is not congruent right now. It doesn't mean it can't come back, but it just feels like with these two cards in a row, you're not sticking around to see what's going on. All right, and then your outcome is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is calm, counseling, listening, but it's also manipulation. I think you are listening to see what this person has to say. I think you're going to give your ex the benefit of the doubt to actually have a conversation with you, a calm conversation. But I think the conclusion is going to be, you feel manipulated, you feel taken advantage of, and I just don't know that you can handle, or that you want. It's not that you can handle it. You can handle anything life throws. You're Scorpion. Scorpio, I said Scorpion, you're a Scorpio. But like, literally, you can handle it. You can sting back. You can take life like no problem. It's whether you want to. It's whether you deserve it, and you don't deserve that type of energy. The King of Cups, again, somebody who listens. I think there's going to be conversations here, but in the end, I worry that manipulation in the King of Cups energy, you'll feel like you're just heading back into the same scenario. So, Scorpio, it's interesting. This month, I've had more clear-cut reconciliation reads than I have in a long time, because to me, this is clear-cut. To me, going back to the same situation doesn't feel conclusive. Doesn't feel like that's the right energy. It just doesn't. It doesn't feel that way to me at all with this. Because your theme of the month is you being the star, and I don't think this person has in a long time put you as the star or allowed you to shine like the star. Your clarifying card for the outcome is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very charming, very daring, and very confident. I feel like that is an energy coming towards you. I feel like that goes along with this Knight. Very daring, somebody very interested in you. They may have already shown themselves, they may not have shown themselves. Whether it's somebody long-lasting or whether it's just somebody to help you get over this, I think that this person is going to be there for you. Somebody very strong coming in towards you, building up your self-esteem, allowing you to be the star, allowing your energy to shine, and harnessing that and helping you develop on that. All right, and your clarifying card, two came out right at the same time, so I'm going to take them both. You have the Page of Pentacles, which is pragmatic, responsible, but also aspiring. So this is saying you're going to move in the direction you need to move in, but be very practical, very responsible, all the while not losing sight of wanting something bigger for yourself. And then I love this box, the Page, and you have two pages here. The Page of Wands, I like because this is a spark, it's a curiosity, it's a confidence. So Scorpio, I know some of you are hurt about the reconciliation. I know some of you were wanting and hoping that this is coming to fruition, but I'm telling you what, I cannot help getting the sense that there is somebody else knocking on your door, or there is somebody else coming in. The Page of Wands, like I said, is always a spark, it's a curiosity, it's a confidence. It always tells me alerts me to somebody coming in. And again, may not be the perfect match for you, may not be the one, but right now may be exactly what you need. Unfortunately, I don't think that this other person is going to get their stuff together enough for you guys to reconcile at this time. All right, Scorpio.